What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about LCX token today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. If we take the low here from the bear market lows to the highs so far of the bull market, what we've got is a nice golden ratio bounce, and then pulling back to find support at the 382. This is a very common thing to do. We could absolutely rip from here. That could have been the low, but if LCX goes lower, and I do think it will go lower because I think Bitcoin's going to go lower, I'm expecting Bitcoin to drop about 10% or so. If Bitcoin drops 10% or so, LCX might drop to this 50, which would imply a overall like 26% drop from the current price. Yeah, it could happen, right? If Bitcoin drops 10%, LCX could drop 26%. I'm not saying that it will go that low, but I would assume, at the very least, I would assume 10 cents, 11 cents, that area holds its support, okay? I would buy more at that area. I think that that'd be a perfect area to buy more, but I'm fully deployed, you guys. I'm spent. I can't buy more. I mean, I could. I'd have to move things around, but no, it's probably not going to happen. Anyways, I do believe that LCX in time is going to see some phenomenal growth. I really do. 14.65 cents right now, though. In the meantime, it's probably going to go down. Weekly RSI looking rather weak. It could go lower. It actually looks rather strong, if I'm being honest. It actually does look pretty strong, but it can go lower and still look strong. I shouldn't say it looks weak. It looks like it could handle a little bit of added weakness to its current area and still be fine. It wouldn't be crazy at all if we closed the week a little bit lower, bounced off the 40. In order to go just a little bit lower and yet still see the drop that I'm talking about, which could be as much as 26%, maybe a 20% drop. Maybe it's less than that. Who knows where it's actually going to go. But if it were to go that low, what I'd like to see is that we do that over the next couple days, and then the remainder of the week we come back up and we close prices above 14 cents, somewhere around this area. That way we get a nice bounce off the 40 on the weekly. If we don't bounce off the 40, that's okay. Oftentimes, actually, we do find support just below the 40. Found support twice right there, resistance right there, resistance right there, support right there, support right there, support, support, support. So this thing actually respects its 37.5 level more than the 40 for whatever reason, but that's okay. So again, just under the impression that we could go a little bit lower, and it's fine. Getting overbought on your highs and not getting oversold on your lows is anything but a bad thing, my friends, okay? It's not a bad thing at all. When it comes time to moving higher, we will see new all-time highs, okay? And in a matter of no time at all, I think the most appropriate would be to take this high to low here and count on the pivots that interact from this. Maybe even also, I should say the extensions that interact from this pivot is what maybe a better way to phrase that. Maybe I take the high to the low of the overall bull market, bear market too. $1.30, right, would be the minimum expected target. But here, based off of this more relative fib, you have a 1618 golden extension. That's a pretty significant area right at $1, which is a pretty significant area as well. So I wouldn't be surprised, LCX, if you move down to about 11 to 10 cents. I wouldn't be surprised if you held support higher either, but something a little bit lower than what we're at now. And then likely we move up to something probably around $1. From the current price, that's a 7x, man. That's not bad at all. If we do move higher than that, the target area would be something between about $1.60 and $2, and that'd be, like a 10x, 11x to a 13x. And it is possible, because I do think that whenever this is all said and done, whenever the market does kick in, not just LCX, but a lot of cryptos are going to see the most bullish moves they've seen throughout the whole bull cycle, okay? I think we've got a lot of pent-up aggression, and we're ready to take it out on the upside. So we could see something that is more spectacular than this. Maybe we even go all the way up to this golden ratio. But I think that'll be reserved for a later date. LCX has a lot of potential, you guys. But let's look at the market cap here real quick. LCX token. 112 million to be completely fair. Only 2 million in it's going to have no problem moving down. I bet you do move down below 11 cents. Not financial, it's not a, but I'm just saying that's kind of what I would expect. That's a low amount of volume, man. That's crazy. That's absurdly low. Anyways, I don't think that we get to the 1618 by the end of this next move, but I do think that we will see something around $1 to $2, most likely closer to $1. I think optimistically it would be $1.30 to $2, but realistically I think $1. Pessimistic, 61 cents to 80 cents, somewhere in that range, but Probably $1 is where we're going to go. Okay, if we're looking at this on a 4-hour time frame, just to validate the idea that we're going lower, the 4-hour RSI looks bearish as hell. Lower highs throughout the whole thing. You are living below the 50, right? You're producing weak reads after weak reads. You're getting oversold. You're not getting overbought. All the things that you don't want to see happen. Rejecting the 60, rejecting the 40. Not good, right? On the daily time frame, or maybe it was the weekly time frame. Was it the it was the weekly time frame? You don't respect the 40. You respect prices just below it, but the daily time frame is different, or the 4-hour is different, right? You clearly are respecting the 40 a lot more on the 4-hour time frame, right? And the 60 here as well. Likely you get oversold with this kind of maneuver. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we saw lower lows in the RSI, something that might go to a 20, maybe even a 25 read, something that's below this low here. It wouldn't surprise me either if it was something that's a little bit higher or something right at this area, but nonetheless something that goes down and gets oversold, bringing the prices down lower. The 4-hour looks bearish is the main thing that I'm trying to say by that, so implicating that we do go lower. 1-hour time frame also indicating that we go lower. You're getting overbought, oversold, not overbought, still oversold, rejecting the 60. It's time to get oversold again, man. You're going to go back to that area. So absolutely bearish on LCX for the time being. That's going to be a very good buying opportunity. And then if we do address where I think it's going to go by the end of the cycle, if we look at last cycle's highs to the bear market lows, I would anticipate that LCX sees anything by the end of the cycle from about a $3.64 price, which is, again, why I don't think it's going to happen on this next move. 1618 extension to a 2272. That is very common across the space. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you take any crypto and you look at it, any crypto that's been around for 2 bull cycles at least, 2 complete bull cycles, generally, not always, but generally, you do see the main ones, the ones that perform well, they go to the 1618 to the 2272, right? Sometimes they stop at their 1414s, but oftentimes it's the 1618 to 2272. Sometimes they stop in between there, but that's why I'm saying anything from 365 to 2548, $3.65 to $25.48 is possible. $25, C-Zar. Are you crazy, bro? It's worth 14 cents right now. Do you know how much that would have to grow? I don't actually. Let's figure that out. And here's something that's even crazier actually. The 2272, normally you do actually go right through it. So I'm going to take that $25 and raise you up to maybe $35, $36. Let's say 35. That's a 239, almost a 240x. Okay, a 200x from here. Well, a 100x, first off, would give you an $11.2 billion market cap. A 200x would be a $22.4 billion market cap. That's not guaranteed, but a $22.4 billion market cap is actually not that hard to achieve in the crypto space, especially for an exchange token, and an exchange token like LCX. You know, I think that it has that capability. So I'd like to see some more volume come in, but I'm not too worried about it. Sometimes volume's weird, guys, especially in these boring times. We'll see how it does whenever it actually matters. But I would like to see more volume come in. But even there, to be completely fair, it could go higher, because that puts it at about a $24-25 billion market cap. And actually, it would be a little bit more than that, probably around 30, right? If you were to see something like that, you're still within the range, a very doable range, in my opinion. This thing could go maybe even higher than 71 bucks. I'm not saying that it does. I don't expect it to. In fact, I would very much be surprised if we got too much above 30 bucks. But I'm very comfortable with the idea that we will see prices likely above $10, if not above $30 by the end of the cycle. You know, something what I would expect, the technical minimum from the current price would be about a 25x. That's the accepted minimum. I accept it as the minimum. I accept we could stop lower too, but I'm not. I think the likelihood's so low that I don't really accept it as a minimum per my calculations, right? My accepted minimum is a $3.65 price minimum, but what I'm expecting is a $8 price, $8.10 price to $11.35. That's what my expected kind of minimum outcome is, somewhere in there. If not, I actually am expecting we go all the way up to about 25 bucks to 30, 35 bucks, right? That's my expectation. The expected outcome is here. The expected minimum is here. The accepted minimum is here. And then the accepted maximum is at $71 to $100. But I don't expect that to happen. $100, why? Because it's a nice psychological level of resistance. Maybe, you know, if we see it at 92 bucks, oftentimes you do just continue growing from there. But people want to complete it. It's a psychological self-fulfilling prophecy to see it hit 100. Oftentimes that's why we don't hit 100 or even break through it. But I think it gets a bit crazy at that point. At any rate, expecting phenomenal growth with LCX by the end of the cycle, just a little bit of decay for the time being. okay? I don't expect that we're going to be moving down too much longer. I think that as far as time goes, we probably find our low this week, and then next week we start moving up again, okay? Through the rest of the cycle, new all-time highs will certainly come our way from a low to a high here. You know, anything from 13.2 cents to 10.7 cents is a likely target area. I'm in favor of this 10.7 cent area personally. Prior areas of support here, prior areas of resistance kind of in this area, even resistance here on a wicking high, right? Wicking high, stuff like that. So I got nothing else for you guys. Thank you all for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Bye.